Yo, what's up guys, Aiden here. So today in this video, I would like to show you how I made $300 trading stocks. I traded NIVF as a first green day. Let's jump straight into it. Cool, so just before we have a look at some charts, just to share with you guys how I've been trading this week. So obviously this week we've had the stock market basically go on fire with DRUG, squeezing 2,500% and acting as the catalyst for other tickers to follow suit with big moves and big squeezes. A lot of opportunity to be had in the market this week. From a personal perspective, I don't feel like I've traded very well at all. I have been over trading and trading with FOMO and giving gains back. Just super undisciplined week for me in general. The plus side to that is that I was just chopping around. I didn't really make or lose anything for the majority of the week. Although, you know, I should be a few dollars up if I wasn't being so undisciplined. So, yeah, I do recognize that. However, I have had a word with myself and I sort of came to the market today looking at levels and looking at the information on the chart and acting appropriately. So, yeah, let's jump into the NIVF trade where I made $300. Cheers. All right, cool. So the one and only ticker I traded today was NIVF, and I traded this as a first green day. So if you don't know what a first green day is, that's cool, but please first go and watch the video that I've linked in the description below, where it will go into that trade setup in a lot more detail. So NIVF, as always, let's start with the daily chart. So we can see initially, right, I thought this was the day one when I came back to analyze this. And I was like, no, that's not the day one. This is the day one. Okay, this is the day one move. And this, to its highs, it's almost like 100% from its previous open. So it's a nice juicy day one on abnormally high volume, which we can see here. Then it has this like retracement day. And then it has its first green day here. Slash third day surge slash liquidity trap. So we can see here that the volume on this day was a lot higher than it was on this day. So the shorts that have sized in according to this liquidity couldn't get out on this day and thus caused the squeeze. So this is actually the first green day, and I didn't trade it on this day. I traded it on this day where it had a second first green day. Now, given that this is, I guess, late on in the cycle, in the pattern, I wasn't expecting it to do another huge move like this. I needed to be a little bit more conservative. Oftentimes where it has, its first green day, it's done. I won't look for a second first green day, but given that this was so explosive, it's set up kind of too good to say no to. And so this is now I'm addressing this as the first, day one move. Then this is the first red day, okay, where it finishes almost 40% off its previous close. And actually this down here is 60% off its previous day's highs. So nice, big, juicy retracement. And then I'm looking for the first green day bounce. So if we jump to the 10-minute chart on the intraday, can actually see here that this was the explosive move that I missed. I had this line drawn on before market opened, but I was away on this day here. On the Monday I was up in Scotland visiting a friend, so I was kind of out of touch of the market. And then I came back on Tuesday morning. I had a look what was sort of in my watch list, drew this line on, and then kind of didn't watch it. I didn't sort of, just completely took my eye off it, didn't set any alerts, saw it when it was like touching one, and for me I felt like I was chasing, so I left it alone and then sort of had to watch it the rest of the day go about me. But that's cool. At that point, when I miss an explosive move like that, it is going to happen. But as you know by now, I'm going to look for a first green day. Okay, first green day bounce. So this is day one, yeah, day one move here. First red day, third day surge, that's first green day, which turned into a sort of day one because it was so explosive. Then a first red day, and then this day here I'm looking for a first green day. So what I'm looking for on this day here, now if I switch to the minute chart, given that it's retraced its move so much, given that it's had this explosive move and then retraced its move, like I say, I am looking for a bounce. Now when it started to gap down in the morning, I thought, okay, this is going to have another red day. So I said, well, it's too much of a gamble for me buying it here. So what I want it to do is push green, because at this moment in time it's red. I want it to push green and hold back, come back and hold yesterday's lows, which is what it did here. However, at this point, I started to doubt myself, and so I kind of like hesitated, and then when it started to push again, then I jumped in at like 125 average, and then I just sold it pretty well in the 140s, and the 165 was my best sell actually. So yeah, really pleased how I sold that. Like I say, I had a lot more conservative price targets compared to if the first green day had been if I was trading it on this day, for example. So yeah, more conservative price targets because this is later on in the cycle. Now my mistake here is not buying it down here. Now I've explained why I didn't buy it down here, but afterwards, at this point here, after it held here and started to push a little bit, I sort of jumped to the 10-minute chart, looked at this visible range volume profile, and I could see that at this point here, it's dropping not only into these levels, these important levels like 107, but it's also dropping into these areas of high volume. So really I could have been, and it's close to $1. So really, as I saw that drop, I could have anticipated this move and bought this dip when I saw it hold. But I didn't do that, like I say, because I thought it could have had a second red day, but at that time I hadn't really analyzed this 10-minute chart in enough detail, i.e. these levels here and this volume profile and the significance of the level one, round number of 1. But nevertheless, I'm pretty pleased with how I traded it overall, and like I say, I made $300 off that. Cool, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.